This is Red All Over's instant reaction to a first home win forever, to a win since the 1st of March, 4-1 to the Super Reds at home. Joe, where did that come from?
I have no idea. If someone knows, let me know in comments because I have no idea. I'm going into hiding, Tracy, because on preview show, if you watched it, I gave Josh some stick for predicting we were going to win 3-1. We didn't win 3-1, we won 4-1. So that's it, I'm hiding.
Disguised.
Disguise. It's not a great disguise, but it'll have to do for today. Unbelievable. I mean, jokes aside, we were fantastic today. Every single player, the young lads particularly, I mean, Jalo, yeah, what a performance. 2 fantastic goals. I mean, the set piece for his first goal were brilliant all round. And then, you know, when he gets through on goal, it's just sort of turn inside. It's just great skill and a brilliant finish. Bland as well, I thought did fantastic again, but all round really good team performance, and it just leaves you sitting there going, where has this been all season? Because I tell you what, if we did that more often, this place were rocking again. There were a lot less fans than there's been, but it was still, you know, atmosphere.
We had an atmosphere at the end, didn't we?
And I'm just thinking, guys, this is what you're going to get from Barnsley. If you can put in, I know it's hard to do it every week, I'm not saying you can do it every week, but you put in performances like that more often, we'll all get behind you 100,000,000%, and you'll get such love and support from our fans. So please do it more often, Barnsley.
Smiles on our faces, smiles on our faces. Andy, on the preview show, we talked about, you know, how do you rally a team that's playing for nothing? You know, they're playing for everything. We were sort of seeing the season out, and then we turn up and give that.
Well, we saw the seeds a week ago, didn't we? But you know, the referee put paid to that, bless his cotton socks. But this week, you know, we talked about him this week, and we just want to see effort. And not only did they show a great deal of effort, the press and all that, they showed skill. We played way back 4, and there's players there, as Joe said, Jonathan Bland at right back. It feels like he's been there for 3 or 4 years. He's just outstanding. You know, at the back, Mark Roberts was just strong at the back. Josh Earl, first game back. After a fair-sized layoff, he looked washed out by the time he finished, but he was just class down the left-hand side. We cut out the silly mucking about with the ball in defence, you know, led by Mark, who, you know, a couple of times got ball, oiked it out of field, and sometimes that's what you got to do. And, you know, let's be right. First goal, I mean, flipping heck, Johnny Russell went through middle like a gazelle, a slow one, but a gazelle.
Gazelle with 3 legs?
I don't know about that. Straight down like a gazelle, slotted in, beautiful goal. And then Jalo, the best move of the game for our second goal. It was class. It was absolute class. Pass. Have that. Absolute class. Third goal, Jalo, twisting and turning. Don't know which way he's going to go. I didn't know which way we were going to go. Barracotta, even to know which way we were going to go. And then lashed it in, not tickled the TR goal, but lashed it in for 3. Then we did what we do, straight after kick-off. Let him have a free and go. You know, keep a bit of interesting game, I thought. And then, of course, at the end, Adam Phillips, ball's played out to our right side, to Adam Phillips in box. He controlled it beautifully. How the hell? But he's done it for years now, hasn't he? Got his foot round it to it, and big Johnny Russell has gradually got his centre back stick, and he's just gone, let it hit my head. Oh, look, it's gone in. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And let's be right, the dark satanic Mills has got a little bit darker tonight. All it needed, Joe, were a bit of sun for good to triumph over evil. A bit of sun to banish the darkness. So, well done to them. I was a bit disappointed, if I'm honest. They could have scored a few goals, but I'm a bit disappointed in Bolton, particularly in the first half. I didn't think they were very good when we played them at their ground, but under Schumacher they had a resurgence. They've dropped off a couple of things lately, but a resurgence. And a good players, but in that first half, I don't know if it's because how we were playing, they were just like clogging it forward. And, you know, Thomason in midfield, he was just roaming around, who can I kick next? I don't know how he didn't get booked, but there you go. So I'm a bit disappointed in them. I think their fans deserved a bit more than they showed today. But, you know, first win in God knows how long. First win for Connor, 4-1. Have it.
Have it indeed.
Oh, can I say one last thing? Just feel for Noah. little knows him because his first match he's missed for ages because he's had to go to a mate's birthday party. Sheffield United fan.
Poor
And he's
Sheffield
missed
United.
this. He'd have been up giving it that. So spare a thought for him, that's all.
Spare a thought for Noah, but clearly it's his fault we've been losing, so I'll just put that there.
Poor Noah.
First half, I mean, they made changes really early on because
Yep.
certainly down the left, our right, Jalo were absolutely tearing them to pieces. The back four seemed to make us sort of a bit more stable. And then we have to talk about that free kick. I mean, all season we've talked about Connor and, Hourihane'S on set pieces. Well, we've not scored from many. And then, probably one of the best free kicks I've seen for a long time.
Yeah. In fairness, I've not been totally impressed with every single free kick we've had this season, but that you've got to give a huge credit. It was, I didn't know what we were doing. Like I didn't know, it was DKD. We're going to take it, and then Phillips comes in. I think, what's going on here? Do we know what we're doing?
Was it Luke
We
that
obviously
took it
knew
in
what
the
they
end?
obviously knew what they were doing. Bolton didn't know what they were doing. We didn't know what they were doing, but it worked. So do it again. I mean, it was lovely to play it in, obviously to Earl, and then a cross box, and just a nice easy finish for Jalo, calm, composed. Yeah, I mean, obviously we are starting to see that fruit. So like you say, it's not going to work every time, and you have to try these things. So I'm glad that we tried it. It worked today, and everything just clicked. But what a day! Yeah, what a day!
What a
Loved
day.
it.
We talked in the preview show about us having a go at him and attacking him and having a go at him, and we set off and we did that. And I think they were shell-shocked, to be honest.
Because we got four at the back and we got more in midfield, we were playing it through midfield. We weren't just cobbing it down the sides and chase that. So we played football. I've got to give a bit of a shout out to Stephen Humphries. He's a winger, and he was both halves, particularly the first half. He was immense down the left wing. The number of times that it were our get out of jail, if you like, with Kieran Flavel bunging it down over there and him heading it in or taking it on. Similarly, as you've already said, with Fabio Jalo on the right wing, controlling it. Ball's coming all the way from the goalkeeper, controls it and sets off after him. Back four, playing with two wingers, we looked superb.
And it's interesting because we've said we can't play that formation because we've not got any wingers. But then we've got one in Jalo, his back. But we've also made one. I thought, Humphries was outstanding today. Particularly when he went off, he was one of my favourite moments when he gave the Bolton fans some good grace.
It made me chuckle. It made me chuckle. I mean, the only thing I would say about the Schumacher, the first half when we were on top, we could see from where we were, and Lee Harrison, who sat in front of me, he pointed at their manager giving it that to goalkeeper. And goalkeeper looked and went, "Oh, I'm injured," and went down to calm it all down. It's part of the game. Our sake's cheating.
We do it though.
You're better than that, Baxter. Don't do that. But yeah.
I think it happens quite a lot.
I think everyone does it now. I think it's part of the game. Everyone does it.
It's unsportsmanlike and I don't like it.
Okay. Anything else just to finish on the referee? 'Cause you've not really mentioned ref today.
I think the referee did well to book two of our players. We had a single Bolton player being booked at the time.
You had
But
to
that
get involved in
apart,
that, didn't you? Couldn't just
that
leave that
apart,
one day with
we're
him.
all right.
He was pretty calm, but we've riled him back up there. We did invite the Bolton lads to come and speak to us after the game, but
They're yitting, I'll tell you.
but they seem not.
I mean, you can't blame him for sticking
Cole.
around.
Come on, Chris.
After doing that.
Anyway, I'm all right now.
So on to we'll do a full preview show, but on to an Easter weekend. It's looking a little bit brighter than it may have done.
Just a bit.
Two big games now, I suppose, in terms of we can have something to say because Leighton Orient have now jumped back above Bolton, so we might have a bit of a say in the playoffs, even though we're not going to be in them.
Yeah, I mean, cameraman Tom behind cameras made a very good point. It's just important we finish with some pride and finish with some form going into summer, because it's just been such a down, sort of disappointing season. And I know we've had us moments early in the season, but for quite a while now, it's just been we're just here, and we're just sort of fulfilling the fixtures, aren't we? We know we're not going to go up, we know we're not going to go down, and form's obviously not been great, even though we have seen better performances under Connor. So just to get that win today just gives us that bit of hope. And I think for me, seeing them young lads like your Jalos, like your Blands, getting these games and getting an opportunity in this last few games to really establish themselves ahead of next season. That's the hope for me, and the big thing of like, yeah, okay, we can go into next season knowing these lads are now ready. They're ready to play in first team and perform and do what Jalo has done today, score against the better teams in the league. And I know Bolton weren't brilliant today, but they are one of the better teams in this league, generally speaking.
And seeing the senior pros, we've talked a lot about Connell and Phillips, but back in the team, both played exceptionally well today.
Absolutely.
I thought Connell, dictated the midfield and give him a bit of a boot, to be honest, which, it was great to see him back in that frame of mind, really giving his all.
What I'd say about the senior players is Connell, excellent today. To be honest, we're all probably going to say Jalo man at match. I actually think Connell maybe were on par in terms of his overall performance. Maybe some might disagree with me in comments, but I think he was right well up there. Phillips, again, like you mentioned. Humphries, brilliant today. Went for everything, trying to win everything, really attacking. When he plays like that, it's really hard for anybody to play against him. The thing for them, though, and it is for every player, but the thing for them is we need that consistency. We know they've got it in them. We know that Connell's an excellent player. We know that Humphries is an excellent player, Phillips, but they've got to do it more often. They've got to be doing this week in, week out, or at least more often than they've done this season. And if they do, and with right sort of leadership, I think we can kick on next season. But we obviously just got to see what happens in summer, and hopefully we keep hold of some of these players.
And we all know 6 or 7 days is a long time, and who knows what happens on Friday. But a bit of consistency would be nice, because we have been inconsistent. So, man of the match, you mentioned that Jalo got it in there, difficult to go against, but just mentioned Connell. Is that what you're going to go with?
I think I'm going to have to give it Jalo, because he was just brilliant, and it was so exciting to see him play, and just loved the moment when he come off, and obviously Ponty singing his name and giving him a clap. It was just lovely to celebrate that, because it'll be a special day for him. So it's got to be Jalo, but I just want to give credit where credit's due, because players like Connell, some fans have given quite a bit of stick this season. I think he is one of our best players, and today I think he showed his quality, and he was really, really good. So I'd say close second, Connell.
Yeah. Any disagreements with that?
Well, I'm going to say I nearly made a fool of myself at the end. I know you'd be surprised with that. But I was saying to John, bit harsh on Russell that Jalo's got man of the match when he scored 2 goals, till John pointed out, so's Jalo.
Russell nearly got a third though, didn't he? I thought he was going to get his hat-trick.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? For me, and I understand exactly what you're saying, it was a good all-round performance, you'd like to get to them all, but for me, Mark Roberts, I thought he was immense in defence, both in the air, no nonsense, got it away, sprayed it about well, some good crossfield passes, but we got 2 players out wide both sides that were fighting for it and getting on it in their own different ways, getting on Hendrickson and creating something. So Mark Roberts, but it could have been any of them. Josh Earl as well, could be any
they were all
of them.
brilliant today.
What's nice is to be able to talk about all these players that could have been man at match, as opposed to going, oh, none of them, we're not giving one. So yeah. I'd always, I've got a soft spot for Luca Connell, and I'm so pleased to see him back playing the way he should be. And I thought today he gave a real captain's performance, and respect for him coming back and doing what he did. So hopefully an away end.
Humphries for that.
Or Humphries purely for.
Humphries for that. I like that.
I mean, I'd take that,
It's just funny, isn't it? Yes, banter, isn't it?
It's great, is what it is.
I'm not sure the Bolton fans would agree, but
yeah, but we've all been on the other end, haven't we?
It's banter. I just don't agree that it was great.
Away end, hopefully, with Adam from the LO podcast.
Lane Orient. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, Tuesday night with a bit of luck.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully, because they're a good podcast. LO podcast, a good podcast. Usually good fun, and they'll take a bit. And then Reading.
One to look forward to.
Let's hope they don't bottle it this time.
No, they might not bottle it in that top 6. So, join us for away end, hopefully, and then a preview of the big Easter weekend coming up. So keep an eye on when we're going to put those out for you this week, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. But for now, the sun is shining. Look at this. What a difference a couple of weeks makes. And there we have our first win for Conor Hourihan. Thoroughly deserved. Well done, Conor, on a 4-1 home win against Bolton. Enjoy it back over those hills now. Hourihane'S.
Hourihane'S.
A wonderful performance today by all lads. That first goal, moments before, Russell was in a simple position and he laid it off to Earl at side of him. And it didn't come to much. So, second time, he's gone through, kept it himself, low drive, bottom corner, brilliant first goal. That second goal, who's taught him that routine? Our training ground, absolutely perfect. I mean, wonderful. And baffled the defenders, left them for dead. And then we just grew. 2-0 at half time, we could see confidence were there. And you just think if you can come back out and play second half as you did for first, you're comfortable, surely. I mean, you got Bland and Jalo down that side, who chemistry were perfect today. They look like they play together every week. And you know, they come out. That Russell got his second goal. Jalo's second goal. Sorry, Jalo's second goal. How he turned that defender and put it in top corner, wonderful skill. But he got 2 assists for Earl, 2 goals for Russell, 2 goals for Jalo. Man, the match could have been any at 3 of them, but it had to be Jalo. He's played absolutely wonderful. He deserved it. You Reds.
Hi, it's Andy and Joe here from Leeds. Where's that been all season? I've just been, that's fantastic. I've just been saying this, that's possibly the most accomplished home performance I've seen since the first half against Wrexham. They were totally dominant apart from one lapse of concentration, which was their goal, but they performed really well all through the pitch. What amazed me was how well the young ones performed there today, like Bland and Jalo. Jalo was sensational. We're going to have to get him contracted down if he plays like that. The goalkeeper looked pretty good, but there were lots of good. I mean, Phillips looked determined today. He looked like he wanted to get. I mean, John Russell, 2-goal hero. I mean, you can't knock that, really. I mean, it's a good performance. Conor Hourihan, we were just behind him. He was shouting, he was geeing them up. And I mean, that was really nice. It was nice to see. And I mean, Bolton on paper are a decent side, but we made them look very, very ordinary today. So keep that up, and the job's his as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to get too excited because this is 1 in a million, but great performance today. Really enjoyed it. It's sunshine. What more could you want?
Wow. I'm dressed for the occasion, and it's boiling hot, and I thought we were going to get battered, and we battered them. You know, we started off very, very well. We got the early goal, but that's usually false hope in it. But we managed to keep on to it. Bolton, we had Bolton's number throughout the majority of the game. Jalo looks amazing and absolutely reminds me of Adam Hamill when he cut inside and that. I thought he was going to put it top bins like he did against Millwall.
His first goal, you could see Conor Hourihan were delighted.
Yeah,
that's one that's been on the training field.
That's a Conor Hourihan goal.
He was very smug. You could see in the dugout he was pleased with that one.
Yeah, and lost for words.
Where's it been?
Was it we would do a win by Conor Hourihan, but I wasn't expecting it now with this matter against Bolton. Yeah,
Yep, brilliant. Keep
Wow.
that up.
You Reds!